I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm coming up on the end of my 3D foundations and my month 5 here at Full Sail. This was my first month in my degree program, and I wanted to talk about it. This is the first class in the degree program where you start centralizing on the core principles. This is why they give you cuts. So what I do like about this class is they teach you as if you have never had any experience in any type of fundamentals or any type of 3D model whatsoever. Now for me, I actually had some time in Blender, and I was able to learn some of the things, like I knew about the maps beforehand and so forth, and that was only because of Blender. That being said, this month you're not using Blender, buddy. We're using Autodesk Maya. It's similar in the fact that the techniques are able to be transferred from one another, but the interface is very different. I want to take this moment to just stop and give a massive thank you to Jacob Feazel over at Tetrad Art, because without him I wouldn't be here, because I used to remember just falling asleep at night watching videos of him and what he was doing in the degree program, and I was like, that's what I wanted to do. So the program has changed a bit since he was in the class. Now, we still learn the same things that he learned, but now it's more focused on Unreal. So I believe in his project, he still made 5 props and a Lego man, which I did in Maya. But he still made the props in Maya the same way that we learn the props and so forth like that. But this class now has a more of an emphasis on Unreal. And they actually teach you more about Substance Painter and all your texturing and everything in the first month. I will say that this class did not go into detail about the Arnold renderer or the basic Maya renderer. But they did give us some LinkedIn learning, so I'm definitely going to have to check out Arnold, because I've seen some awesome renders from Arnold. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the lectures. It's your first week, you're going to have 2 lectures. You're going to have your start lecture where they're talking about giving you all your basics and how to download all your software and so forth like that. And you're also going to start getting into Maya and learning Autodesk. My teacher, so the way that it works is they actually have a catalog of the previous month's lectures in a video playlist, like a special curated playlist. And so I just actually watched the previous month's lectures. I actually got done a little bit earlier than the last lecture for this month because I was watching the previous lectures. There's not much different, but I still pop in and check the new lectures to make sure there wasn't anything that I missed. As you move on to your last 3 weeks in the class, you're going to have 3 lectures. Now, each of these lectures throughout the entire program are going to be about 2 to 3 hours, so I'd set some time aside for that. Does the angle look good on camera?
Oh my god, it ain't even recording.
Are you serious?
It's recording.
Oh, Jesus. So after you go through all the good stuff of getting your classes stuff downloaded and so forth, your first week they're going to give you 6 different knowledge building scenes. So what I mean by that is they're going to have projects in Maya that they're going to give you to download, and you're going to work on them with the teacher. Now, the teacher doesn't necessarily take you all the way there, but he definitely focuses on the techniques and the reasoning behind why you do what you do and why you move a tool a certain way, or why tools are allowed to be used in certain ways. The first week's competency, so on top of those 6 knowledge, you actually have a project each week, basically, to see what you've learned and to test your knowledge. The first week, you give you 12 different shapes and references, and you have to create those shapes and add them to layers and show that you're understanding the knowledge that is being taught. The week 2, we have a little bit of a jump because there's going to be 3 more knowledge-based building scenes. So there's 9 in total, plus the competency. In week 2, you're actually going to have 9 knowledge-based scenes. So these ones are going to dive deeper into how to model and how to UV properly and to set up your textures, because the competency for this week, the big project, is going to be your 5 different models, where what they do is they give you references to choose from, and from the references you can build 5 different models. I chose for my models a coffin, a lightsaber, a hobbit pipe with the packing nail, a hat, and an axe. So these models, you're going to take them through their base forms, you're going to lay out their base shapes, and then you're going to add in your bevels, and you're going to make them nice and pretty, and you're going to add basic textures to them. Now, all these things will be things that you actually learn throughout the week, so you don't have to fear if you don't know anything. I promise, they take this class as if you don't know anything at all. Now, I know I'm not showing anything here yet because all the good stuff is going to be at the end. I don't think that any of the class lecture learning material is worth noting to show up here. But now, whenever we get to the end of my final projects and so forth like that, it's totally worth it. Alright, on week 3, we're going to be learning about production workflow. There are 7 knowledge-based building exercises here that you will work along with throughout the lectures. You're going to learn about your edge flow this week. You're going to have how to properly set up your reference and to model in different areas. You're also going to learn how to properly model a screw, which was awesome learning how to use a helix. Coolest thing I've done so far. So this week you're also going to learn how to bring your models that you created and added textures to into Unreal. So the things that I mentioned before are all done throughout the lecture and so forth like that. The competency for this week is going to be building the Lego Man. And similar to Lego Mans that are built before mine, you're going to watch some videos and they're going to show you step by step how to take it into base form, how to go and make the secondary form, how to go in and lay your UVs, why you should lay your UVs like that. Like I said, Jared is an awesome instructor. Alright, in the final week here, we had 5 knowledge-based exercises that you're going to learn throughout. This week was about learning how to light stuff with HDRIs and setting up your lights inside of Unreal. So the projects we're learning around that. We also had a project learning about a crate, which you'll see in my final project here in a minute, that you worked on. Actually, I might be able to bring the crate up right here. Wow, look at that. The magic of computers. Full sail don't work out. Maybe a career as a comedian. So you're going to paint the crate in Substance Painter. And then you're going to also bring in your Lego Man and paint that bad boy. And man, does it look great. Alright. So whenever I did Kevin Smith or Silent Bob from Jay and Silent Bob or Clerks or so forth like that, and I'm missing his hair, but we're going to do that here in the future. So for this week, the main turn-ins were you're going to learn how to render in Substance Painter, and you're also going to learn how to set up your scene and your Lego Man and your lights in Unreal and finally light the scene. So I'm going to I'll place a video on the screen now of me walking around my models in Unreal. And I just want to show this one here of the turnaround of my model, because it was really an awesome feeling to see it come to fruition, to finally see the end of this class and to feel like I accomplished good work that I wanted to show off. And I can't wait to see what's to come. The next class is art, and I've been a drawer. I'm not a great drawer, but I have faith that I'm going to learn. I mean, I learned a bunch of stuff this month that I never knew how to do, or the proper way to do things in an order, and how to properly name stuff, and that's going to help massively as I continue in my career here. And one more side note before I go out is I understand that I see a lot of videos where people don't say full sales for them and they don't know what they're doing and they failed a bunch of times, but I have to ask that person every single time, did you put all the work in that you could have? Did you take away what you should have? And I feel like Full Sail has absolutely delivered to me every bit of what I have paid for this month. And that makes me happy as a student. And as I continue to further in my degree, I look more and more to seeing how my art progresses. Hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for watching.